Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon I'd like to just talk to you a little bit about a concept that we're working on, which is SSP, and it's from CMA. It's a brand new concept that we've initiated on behalf of some brands, and it connects color management, global print companies, printing companies in local areas, and also printing equipment manufacturers. So this afternoon, I just want to briefly go over a bit about CMA, because not many people know who CMA are. I'd like to talk a little bit about what we do, some of the challenges that are there in media, a bit about SSP and some of the early adopters. Okay, CMA was founded in 2006. We're a group of color management specialists. We were acquired by Ilford Imaging, and we have taken the company back under private ownership since Ilford went into bankruptcy. And we specialize in developing specialist media and coatings along with color management. And we try and connect brands, and we do a lot of interaction with brands and develop media for certain brands. So we work and we're partners with Xerox, Roland, HP, MacTac, and we also ran the Kodak match print proofing system. And as I say, we work on a whole host of complex solutions for different companies across the world. Now, I don't know if there's anybody here that also is a media manufacturer, but if you develop media or you make new products or you sell any form of media and substrates in the world, trying to get a brand to actually engage with your substrate is a bit like swimming uphill or pushing a piano uphill. A lot of people spend a lot of time developing niche products like iridescent films, vinyls, specialist backlights, or different types of papers. And the problem that we have is trying to get a brand to see what we've made that is brand new. So I have a lot of interaction with brand owners, and they always say to me, give me a new product, give me something that I can use in POS, give me something that's brand new, that's going to drag people in, that's going to show my product off at the best possible quality and make my brand stand out on the shelf compared to anybody else. And one of the issues that we have is trying to actually make that work and connect with the brand. So we've come up with a unique triangle. Now, 3M were brilliant, and so were Kodak, of selling their products into large organizations and getting them to specify. But we've taken it one stage further. So we deal a lot with high-end brands, and we do a lot of education, we do a lot of packaging proofing and a lot of proofing. And what we've got is Roland, who are an equipment manufacturer, and then we've got media manufacturers, and we're connecting all three people together using color management. And it's the remote cloud software. So the concept that we have is to try and make a nice triangle to get new media into a brand, to get equipment technology and printing techniques like whites and silvers and some of the fabrics that are going on with dye sub, all connected into a brand. So a brand not only specifies a media, it also specifies the print engine that it goes on as well. So what I've drawn here is a typical journey from a substrate manufacturer. So we're sitting down here, and all our boffins are making a new product, and they're trying to get it up here. And this goes back to me swimming uphill. So typically we then go to a mass media distribution company and say, look, we've got a new media, isn't it great? And they go, yeah, it's great. And it goes into a book of other medias. Sometimes it manages to get to the print service provider when they say, oh, we need an XYZ, or we need a new pearl finish, or we need something. Very rarely does it get into the designers and the pre-presses, although a number of companies, if you take the FESPA bus, and what FESPA are doing is speaking to the designers, showing them different techniques and showing them what you can do with digital print. But we never really get into the agencies and the brand owners. And really that is the point of what we're trying to do with SSP. And we've got some early adopters, which is quite good. So what we're trying to say here is the brand agency needs to specify, we as CMA will simplify, and the print service providers do what they do best and print. So that's the concept behind SSP. And so what we're doing is we're taking some of the difficult bits from here, because these people really don't want to deal with it, and these people don't care about it. So if we can simplify that message, get more print to printers, get the brand agencies and the designers to actually specify certain medias, we're all going to be in better shape. So one of our jobs is to put together a portfolio of creative media, show the brands what it's all about. They then start specifying that product and say, we want to take this product to market. We then manage the software for the print service provider. We do the colors, we do the proofing, we get the control documents, we get the techniques organized, and we help them with the process. And this is all done over the web, and the profile is in the cloud. So all the print service provider has to do is dial into the cloud, download a test chart, basically run it, and we send them a profile. So they will match the colors without any proofing needed by the print service provider, which will allow them to quote on the job and allow them to print the job very quickly and do what they do best. Okay, so the Color Cloud is a very unique and simple device. We've recently just signed a deal over at FESPA with Mac Tacker are using it. It's very simple. Basically, it doesn't affect any software that the print service provider is using. So they could be using GMG, they could be using Onyx, they could be using Caldera. What we have is we have the target colors. They dial in with their output device, so it's unique to their own printing situation, but it matches the colors and matches the control document that the brand has set up with us in the initial proofing and profiling stage. So the printer can then just get on, there's no color management, basically plug it straight in and they print and they have color match. So even if it's one Duratran, or if it's one piece of vinyl, or if it's one piece of display board that's required in Australia, required in LA, required in Holland, required anywhere in the world, the brand knows that they're going to get exactly the same color. And it's the travel retail group that really have sort of grabbed hold of this particular solution because they have the biggest issue with managing global colors. So the benefits for the brand, very simple, is they get color control. They can benchmark multiple printers across the whole world. They can access the latest printing techniques. They have a full range of media. They can control costs, and they can see the cost of the media. Because one of the issues that I find, and I've had it all my life, we develop a brand new media, we go to a print service provider, or we go to a wholesaler, and they say, oh, that's too expensive. Yet the brand has been screaming for that product because the proportion of cost of that particular media compared to what the brand pays for the finished product is tiny. But yet we all get beaten down as media suppliers, oh, you're €0.50 too expensive, or $1 out, and I can buy this media from here, or I can buy this media from there, and it's much cheaper. This manages that cost element, and the brands are quite happy to pay for quality. They also have a requirement for cheap, low-cost print in the volume area, but certainly in creative POS, they're quite happy to spend more money to get a particular product to meet a match of a certain product that they have and they want to see pushed out on the shelf. So what we've done with Roland, and Roland are one of the early adopters that we have, is I struggle with media and getting media into a brand. The equipment manufacturers have an even bigger task because there's so many different varying technologies out there, and Roland have their whites and they have their silvers and they have some phenomenal colors. But no one specifies, I want that printed on a Roland device, or I want that printed on a Mackie or a Viewtech or whatever. Latex has taken on board, and latex, people are starting to specify latex. But the idea behind here is when we show a proof to a customer or a brand and we say this is used, this media, this printing technique, the brand can then actually get that purchased and actually get that delivered on the shelf. So quite often they've seen a product, they like it, but they don't know how it's made. They go to their agency, they go to their print service provider, and basically they end up with something similar to what they've seen at a show like this. Whereas with this, they're going to guarantee to get anywhere in the world what they've seen at a particular show. So that's briefly SSP. It's brand new. We have 3 early brand adopters. We're starting to trial it, and we'll hopefully have the system up and running by the end of the year. And as you can see, we've got quite a few people wanting to join the program. So that's it. But if anyone has any questions or wants to pick up some information on the Color Cloud and CMA, please feel free. Thank you very much.